Hey Boom fans, okay, here to talk about the Teal Rhino Pro. No. Pro, no, this is not a 1990s video. This is made currently here in 2023. It looks identical to the original. Very successful ball in the past. Brunswick brought it back, put a new cover on it. You'll get a chance to see in the video here kind of what you see in the ball. My thoughts before even showing the video is that this ball is going to be for medium lanes and probably a little bit controllable on the back, which is very good for a lot of people. If you got people that slow in speed or just want to be able to control the break point or whatever, maybe you're bowling on something a little tougher that's got a lot of friction, this is going to be a good ball for those things, I'm betting. So well, anyway, we'll get to talk about all the specs and everything else about the ball in the video, but yeah, let's get to bowling.
All right, here we go. Get a chance to take a look at this Teal Rhino Pro they brought back from the past. I never did throw this back in the 90s. The 90s for me were a little bit different. I didn't throw many things in the 90s, but I do remember the ball. I do remember it being pretty successful. I remember seeing it on TV. I believe it was the 90s. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. It was like early 90s, mid 90s, I think. Anyway, I do remember the ball. I do remember being successful. Don't pick on me here. I'm trying to get dialed in with this ball. So I've said some of my more recent videos, these lanes are a little bit tighter than what I'm used to. So this ball here is more for medium to light oil. For sure, at least medium here. But I'm starting to get dialed in. Shots don't quite finish like I want. But I'll get her going here shortly. So let's go ahead and talk about the specs a little bit. You got the RG at 2.568. That's a little bit high. And the differential is a little bit low. So those numbers there just tells you the ball gets through the fronts. Doesn't have a lot of flare on the back end. Which, you know, just immediately tells me for you're not going to be using this on heavy oil conditions. So yeah, I've got this ball drilled up. Obviously I want some stuff that's a little smoother like this, and it is a really smooth piece. That one there gets shorted right through the face. I did need some stuff that was a smoother down lane. I think I'm going to be able to use this pretty good amount whenever house patterns start out with a lot of friction, and I'm not too crazy dry yet where I'm playing super in deep. But I want the ball to just be controllable, or if I'm bowling on something a little tougher with a lot of friction and I want the back end to be a little bit more controllable and predictable. You see there I'm starting to get dialed in, left a little flat 10. On this fresh house condition, there's quite a bit of oil, so I've really got to like dial it in on this particular condition of what I'm bowling on, but I'll get it going here. Do a little comparison at the end too with the radioactive vibe. There we go. And you see how the ball just kind of stays in front of the pocket, and if you're letting it roll, it'll get through the pins. Let's see, I do want to say probably time and time again, thank you for subscribing if you already have. If you've not, please hit that subscribe button. Yeah, so this ball, even though you might see some flat 10s and things like that, for me on this, even on the got way right on that, look at that, and it almost made it back, which is pretty surprising. I had to do a double take. But for me on this condition, this is probably not what I'm pulling out on the fresh. I can get it to strike, as you'll see coming up here, but would not be my choice for me. But that doesn't mean it wouldn't be a choice for someone else. Let's see, I got that ball in a nice little break point there and got around it, got it rolling. It gets through good. There are some people, especially league bowlers, At this, I've got a lot of senior leagues going on during the day that want the ball to be a little bit more predictable, a little less speed than I have. This might be something good for you if that's the case. Which, by the way, I've mentioned before that terrible shot, got away with that, went through the pins pretty good. I've been mentioning that I'm going to do some specials for those of you that have watched this video. If you show up in person at the pro shop with me and let me know the code word for the extra 10% off of drilling will be the Boom Rhino. You come into the shop, you say Boom Rhino, and you'll get an extra 10% off of this ball in particular if you drill this up. I do have some in stock, so come see me. Let's get this punched up. You do have to be in person to take advantage of that. But I'm over here at Vero Beach, Florida, inside Vero Bowl, right when you walk in the door to the right. So come see me. We'll put some holes in this thing. All right, so like I said, if you bowl in this bowling alley, I've had people say that they're dry, they hook too much, which I don't know. Compared to where I come from, they do not. But that's another pretty good shot. I got it a little bit down lane, a little bit extra speed, but I had it rolling enough to kick out the 10 there. So I do definitely put this ball right in the same area as the radioactive vibe. You'll see here at the end I get a chance to throw that radioactive vibe, but the radioactive vibe's a little bit more continuous down lane. This is a little bit more predictable down lane. But like I said, for the people that want that down lane, I know I get a lot of senior citizens coming into the shop saying that that's exactly what they want. So I'm sure I'll be drilling up several of these for people that want that. Got another one in. Don't make fun of my bad bowling. That's why I run a pro shop, not on tour. So, but see what I do here. I don't even remember. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. See how I get it rolling and it goes through really nice. You know, I think that over in the New Orleans area where I came from before, I probably would have got a lot of use out of this ball, and I'm still going to get a lot of use out of this whenever I go to places that there's a little more friction, especially whenever I get to bowl on some tougher patterns that I want to control the back end. This is going to be a nice piece to have with me. I'm definitely taking it with me in my bag for tournament bags. It typically don't go with me for league in this house. I don't bring it down there to use. I need something with a little more teeth and a little more, as you can see on that shot there. In order for me to have bigger error room, which I need something that's going to pop off the spot a little bit more than that. So, but you know, like I said, this is going to be good for if you have a lot of hand, which I don't. I have an okay amount of hand. People that have a lot more hand than I do, and you want to be able to control that down lane, this will be good for that. Or like I said, if you lack in speed worse than I do. Don't forget to check out our website also, teamboombowling.com, and keep up to date on everything. Follow us on social media. I'll try to keep my information on the pro shop and other things going on with tournaments updated on there. And reach out to me, ask questions in the comments. I do try to answer those questions in the comments as much as possible. So there will be some more videos coming out. I've got some more things on the way. I think my next video coming out is going to be that Paragon Pearl. That thing is pretty. But I think we're about getting to that point where I throw that radioactive vibe. I'm not really sure what I'm doing back there. Maybe I'm getting it out. I don't know. I've definitely enjoyed my time over here in Florida. Still missing those guys over in New Orleans, but meeting a lot of new people over here in the Vero Beach area, Sebastian, Florida area. What I got here? Yeah, that's the radioactive vibe. I stand in pretty much the same spot with it. You can see it's pretty much close to the same line. That one there didn't really show the more continuous down lane, and it's not a lot more, but I do notice it a little bit more than the Rhino Pro. So kind of, you know, depending on what you're looking for. If you want something a little more controllable, go with the Rhino Pro. If you want something a little more pop on the back end, you can go with the radioactive vibe. With this one here, I get going on the back end a little bit more. See, there it comes. That's a little bit more continuous down lane than the Rhino Pro was giving me, but really close to playing on the lane. So.
All right, everybody, you got a chance to see the Teal Rhino Pro. I hope you've liked and subscribed for the channel. If not, please do so. And if you have, thank you very much. I'm over here in Vero Beach, Florida at Vero Bowl. Come see me, we can drill this thing up. Let's go back in time. Teal Rhino Pro. Boom out.